Hi, junk journaling friends. This is Lauren with Shabby Chic Sunday. Today I'm going to share with you my design team project, and I am using the digital collection by Shabby Art Boutique, and it is called Bloom Cottage. So what I have created for this month is just a little mini album, and for the spine I've used the tab binding system. And at the end of the flip through of this video, I'm going to show you really quickly how to do this binding if you are interested in doing one yourself for your own journal. So for this, let me zoom in a little. I wanted it obviously to be as shabby as possible for this cottage. So I used some of the old frames by Tim Holtz, and I used some of the crackle paste, and it showed up pretty well here in this spot, but I had some difficulty everywhere else. So I don't know. I'm still learning how to do that. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with it. My goal was for it to look like an old, chippy, whitewashed cottage window. And I think that that came across there. I have some flowers here, kind of resembling my idea of, a little windowsill of a planter's box with flowers there. Some pieces of embossing paper. This is part of the tabs here that go across the pages. So I used a lot of distressing on this book with sandpaper to get all of these edges just right so that something looks really shabby and old. Okay, so when you open her up, this has been left blank for some photos. I just have a ribbon there, some pearls, and some little, a little charm dangle. I think this is my favorite page of the entire piece. I had a little excerpt there from Peter Cottontail, and so I put that there behind that adorable little bunny. And then this is the tag that I made to go inside. So I think this one came out my favorite. So that's a little tuck spot there. This ribbon here is not serving any purpose structurally at all. It's completely for show, so this can come off. The binding, again, is the tabs, so the ribbon is just for aesthetic purposes. Okay, this page here, I wanted it to be all about the laundry, so I did two little antique clothespins there, and I just kind of distressed them with some white paint, and they're clipped onto one of the hearts from the digital kit. This is one of the tags, and I had this random piece of I can't think of what that's called all of a sudden, twine that was left over from my sewing machine. And so I just tied that into a little bow. And then here's a sweet little picture of a girl. She's washing her little baby dolls in her wash basket. And then there's a little button on there. And so that tucks right into this pocket. And then I made another little tag here. And so those tuck right in here. This is removable. There's some vintage yellow buttons that clip on. And then here's a little tag. And then I just have a little rusty key. And then these are some daisy seeds. And you can actually use them. It's a packet of seeds. I have a couple of those in this project. Okay, on this page then, zoom in to show you. I have a little packet of seeds here. These are more little daisy seeds, so you can actually use those. They're just clipped on in the jar. And then a little dangle here of a heart punch. And then I just did some distressing with the sandpaper. There's a little tag, another little tag, and since it's about bumblebees, I put a little bee charm here. And then this is all about the flower that is on the front of this card right here, so you can read about that. So those I'll tuck on that page. So for this project, I really just wanted it to feel like a collection that maybe somebody put in their little scrapbook of, everything that they enjoy about being at their cottage. And so going to visit and taking lots of pictures and scrapbooking and just keeping cherished memories all about this wonderful place that is a home away from home. And then I just used a lot of the sandpaper to distress everything. This here is a pocket that is just sewn on with this pretty little lace. I used the lace piece to make a little pocket, and then inside is another little tag. So that just slips right inside of here. And then I made a little writing book, and I again used the same tab binding here, and I just stressed everything, and I put more of that embossing paper there. And so this is a little book that is just for journaling. It's just plain on the inside, and it has some really soft linen paper. It's really nice for writing. So this is for journaling, and so that just tucks right inside of that pocket. There's some more seeds on this page here, and this was perfect because these are forget-me-not seeds, and that is these beautiful blue flowers that are from Carrie Ann's kit. So here's a little pocket there. We'll slide right in here, and then I just used a little bit of, I love the crinkling sound of that, the wax paper that's in the back, just to add a little touch there. It's a little side pocket. And then I used an old book page, and I just folded it down and used a little bracket there, and then it just holds these tags, and they're blank on the back for journaling space. And then this page is all about the recipes. So I have some vintage recipe cards, and then I just used the tabs that come from her kit. And there's a couple random little pieces of ephemera that I had in my stash that I used for this journal as well, but almost everything is from Carrie Ann's kit. So on this page then, this is a layered pocket. There's 1, 2, 3 pocket spots here. These are some of the recipe cards that come in the journal. I'm sorry, the digital kit. And then again, I just used her tabs, put those at the top so that those were easily accessible. Okay, we'll put those back in later. This is another pocket here, and these were additional images that I had in my stash, but I used her beautiful imagery from the elements, and I just sized those to what I needed, and then I glued them right on top for decoration. So let's tuck in there, and then I did the same thing with these. So these 2 images were from my stash, but I thought they matched perfectly with the beautiful digital elements that were from the kit. So those tuck inside of there. And then originally I was going to put this cottage right at the front to welcome you home. And I thought about how when I used to be at college and I would come home from college with my huge bundle of laundry, you know, and you're always welcome to come back home. And so originally I was going to put that at the front, but then I thought, you know, I'm going to put it at the end as a reminder that you can always go back home. So even though this is at the end of our journey at the cottage or at the end of our scrapbook, the door is always open and you can always come back home. So that is the last page then. So I'm going to show you really quickly how to do this tab binding. It's very simple, and I was super excited about it because I hate sewing in signatures. And so if you do the tab binding, you don't have to sew any signatures in at all. You literally just need tape. You can use fabric and glue fabric on, or you can use washi tape. There's a whole bunch of different options. I'm going to be very simple, and I'm going to use some washi tape because I want to just do a really quick demonstration. If I were to use this permanently, I would probably want to still use glue to make sure that it adhered permanently. But washi tape is great, or little strips of fabric. And that's what I used for my journal, was just little strips of fabric, and I glued them on with some tacky glue. Okay. So I just picked out some random papers that I had from previous kits from ShabbyArtBoutique. Some of them are from this kit and others are from previous kits over the past few months. And then I just chose some black washi tape so that it would be easy for you guys to see what I'm doing. Okay, so no, I am not officially marrying these 2 colors together. This is totally just for demonstration purposes. Okay, my papers aren't even the same height. It really does not matter. As long as you have these 2 things, something to bind and your paper, that's all you need, okay? So let's go ahead and pretend that this is going to be our very first page of our book, okay? So this is the cover. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your 3 pieces and we're going to put them right on here. And you've probably seen this binding method before. I surely did not invent this. I have seen many different artists use this binding. I think ShabbySoul might have been the first one that I saw create this. There's many different tutorials for how to do this if you want to see a slower step-by-step. Okay, so here's our first one. We've got our washi tape right here on the spine, okay, of what would be our spine. I'm going to flip that over this way, and now I want to add my washi tape to my second page. So I'm going to take a second piece of tape, and I want to line it up in between the other washi, okay? So I'm going to put mine right here. So it's exactly between this one and this one. Then I'm going to take my second piece of washi, and I'm going to put it right here. Okay, so you can see how they line up with each other. Now I'm going to flip this second page over. I'm going to make sure it lines up where I want it. And you're going to fold over the original 3 tabs from the very first page. So I'll take my first washi, and this is the one that is on the cover, okay, from page 1. Fold it over, fold it over. Okay, now I'm going to grab page 3. And I'm going to repeat that exact same process. So since I have 2 tabs here, I need to go back and do my 3 tabs that will go around those, okay? So I'm going to match it up. There's my first one. Here's my second one. And here's my third, okay? And in this particular example, I have lots of space between these. If you're doing fabric that is wider strips and closer together, everything's closer together, that will work too, just fine. Just make sure that nothing is overlapping, okay? I wouldn't want this page, this piece of tape, obviously, to overlap with that one. You want equal spacing, okay? So now I'm going to take this, I'm going to fold it over here, match it up where I would want it. And then I'm going to fold those 2 strips, okay, from the previous page over. And now I have 3. So what does that mean? That means I'm going to take my next page and I would put 2 here, okay? And then you just keep repeating, but doing opposite. 3 tabs, then 2 tabs, then 3 tabs, then 2 tabs. Let's say that this was my very last page and I didn't want to add any more. Then I wouldn't want to put a tab here and a tab here because I'm done, right? So you just take your very last page, you fold it over, and then you just close it up. And that's it. It is so simple. And again, you can use fabric, you could use washi tape, and it is so nice because nothing bunches up. Everything lays nice and flat, and it's perfect and easy. Lays flat for journaling, lays flat for gluing photos too, and no sewing needed at all. Okay, so I really enjoyed that. I think I will do that for my next couple of projects. But there's something new. I love, always learning new techniques and giving them a try. So at the time of posting this video, this journal is for sale. So if you're interested, please message me, and then she will be shortly posted on Etsy. So thank you very much. Take care and happy spring.